Food is a must for survival. However, not everything that is eaten should be eaten. From facts only, here are 12 food that can kill you, some are toxic if not prepared properly, and a few delicacies you may encounter while you are traveling. Number 1. Nutmeg. Nutmeg is a popular spice that is grown in the Caribbean and Indonesia. The kernel of the seed is nutmeg. Nutmeg adds a warm, sweet taste and Thanksgiving smell to food. It is also a hallucinogenic. A teaspoon of raw nutmeg brings on an elevated heart rate, nausea, dry mouth and vomiting. Hint: most of the nutmeg in your spice rack isn't raw. It is rarely fatal, but you might wish you could die because symptoms will last a few days. Number 2. Mushrooms. Wild mushrooms can be incredibly toxic, and even experts have mistaken a bad mushroom for a good one. Not all poisonous mushrooms are brightly colored, either. Symptoms include kidney damage, nausea, vomiting, cramps, and diarrhea. Number 3. Kidney beans. Who knew kidney beans could actually be toxic? Turns out they contain a glycoprotein called lectin. This protein kills the cells in your stomach, leading to could cause extreme nausea, diarrhea and vomiting. It is pretty easy to avoid kidney bean poisoning. If you are using dried beans, soak them in water for at least 5 hours. This is especially important if you are cooking kidney beans in a slow cooker. Number 4. Apples. Apples naturally contain cyanide, a very toxic substance. The cyanide is contained in the seeds, so make sure you avoid the core. It would take a lot of apple seeds to poison yourself, but why take the chance? A more serious problem is that pesticides cling to the apple skin and then get waxed into the apple during conventional picking. Wash the fruit and remove the wax coating for best result. Number 5. Puffer fish. If you are traveling to Japan, you encounter very different food. One delicacy is fugu. This puffer fish can cause paralysis or even death if not properly prepared. The liver and internal organs are extremely toxic. Some chefs leave just enough liver to give you a tingly feeling on your tongue. Too much and you might die. Symptoms range from tingling to respiratory paralysis. You can get fugu poisoned in the US. Make sure you know which ocean fish you are eating. Number 6. Honey. Unpasteurized honey may contain pyrrolizidine alkaloids if the bees were gathering nectar or pollen from the wrong plants. These can lead to liver cirrhosis and cancer. Another issue with honey is botulism. Botulism is extremely fatal in small doses, but the levels in honey are low enough that healthy adults can eat it. Number 7. Celery. Well, turns out that you can find more than 64 different chemicals on and in celery. As celery grows, it takes in a lot of water from the ground, and that water contains a large variety of pesticides. Number 8. Blueberries. Since the berries are delicate and popular with insects, farmers use a lot of pesticides and fertilizers in order to get their produce to market. Blueberries contain 52 different pesticides known or suspected of causing damage to people in the environment. If you want to eat berries, buy the frozen variety. Number 9. Packy. If you'd like to experience Jamaican vomiting sickness, nibble on an unripe or too ripe packy. The taste is described as buttery and similar to hearts of palm. The problem is that the seeds and unripe and overripe flesh are poisonous. The side effects of eating improperly prepared fruit can cause seizures and fatal hypoglycemia. Number 10. Brazil nuts. Brazil nuts are rich in selenium, a trace element that your body needs. However, too much selenium can lead to a variety of conditions from garlic breath to nausea to heart failure. Because Brazil nuts are so high in selenium, limit your intake to 2 nuts a day. Number 11. Casa Mar Zoo. Casa Mar Zoo, or rotten cheese, is an illegal Italian cheese. Made of sheep's milk, the cheese is set out to be infested with maggots. Once maggots eat and excrete, it takes on a soft texture and rich flavor. If the maggots are dead, the cheese is spoiled, so you have to eat the cheese with living maggots. Wow. 12. Fast foods. This American invention play a role in the number 1 and 2 leading killers of Americans. Fast food is engineered to taste good and to create addictions to the high-fat, high-calorie, highly processed and cheap offerings. Fast food is directly linked to high cholesterol, diabetes, and obesity that lead to heart disease. Some cancers could also be linked to fast food preservatives and processing. From facts only, that's it for today.